Hey everyone, it's Mr. Cinema Junkie here, and today I'm going to do my video for the Movie a Day challenge, but I'm going to do a double feature. Because in doing these, I kind of confused myself as to what day was actually what. So, I see people posting for day 23, other people posting for day 20, some people posting as far back as day 8, and I'm like, alright, I know what number I'm on now, but I don't know if I'm on the right day or not. So to kind of catch myself up, I'm going to do a little double feature, doing days 21 and 22. Then I'll do a separate video for 23. Make sense? I hope. So this is kind of a different angle here, and please excuse the lighting. It sucks. So I wonder if I can get a little balance if I turn on this light here. Oh, is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, anyways, let's not get weird here. Day 21 is asking us for best horror franchise. In our opinion, of course. Man, I could go real easy on this one. And the thing about franchises is you're always going to find someone out there who doesn't like it. And even if you do find people who like the franchise, they'll always be able to pick 2 or 3 movies out of the franchise, if they went on that long, that really weren't that good. I mean, you could go as low as 2 movies in a franchise. Does 2 movies a franchise make? I don't know. But if you think of, say, for example, and I'm not naming this one, and I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes by naming this one, but if you say House of a Thousand Corpses, the franchise there is House of a Thousand Corpses followed by The Devil's Rejects. You're going to get a huge percentage of people who say they didn't like House of a Thousand Corpses, but they liked Devil's Rejects. And that's only 2 movies. So, knowing that, you know you're going to get some people who are going to kind of differ in opinion when it comes to franchises. Now, you know, I was really struggling with this one because there's like 2 that I want to name only because one, I'm almost sure nobody's going to name it. And because the one person I thought was going to name it didn't. I thought for sure Dom Last-A-Lot was going to pick this one, and he didn't. So the other one is a little more popular, even though the storyline isn't very strong. So I'm going to steer clear of that. I'm going to go with the one that I find myself defending on more than one occasion from fellow horror fans who kind of look at me like, what, are you crazy? Actually, I am a little bit. The franchise I picked is the Saw series. The Saw series, go ahead. I don't care. Say what you gotta say. Get it out of your system. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I don't care. The Saw series is like, for me anyway, it's like, God, I don't know. It's like pancakes, man. It's simple. You know what you're getting. There's no, aside from the convoluted storyline that kind of goes all over the place and connects things in the weirdest ways, but it does connect them. However odd or loose or whatever, there is a connection there. But towards the end, things did get a little haphazard, I do admit. Part 7, which was supposedly the last part of the series, kind of left even me going, okay. But all in all, I still liked it because it delivered what I wanted to see, and that was really, really extreme kill scenes. I didn't go to these movies for the deep plot and the storyline and the moral fabric that it was weaved from. I went to go see people get jacked up in the worst ways possible. Why else do you go see something like that? It's like going to see a porno and saying it was great except for all the sex. No. So I'm picking the Saw series as my favorite franchise. And if there's anyone else out there that agrees with me, please sound off below, because I really hate to think I'm the only one who likes the Saw series. And this was the one I thought Dom was going to pick, because he did mention he likes Saw. And big salute for Dom there. And the second one, Day 22, says best death scene. Are you kidding me? Best death scene. Okay, that's great. That's great. In a horror movie. Do you know how many death scenes are in a horror movie, or in horror movies in general? Do you know how many death scenes you have to kind of go through your mind's Rolodex and say, yeah, this is the one I'm going to pick? Wow, man. Best death scene. Okay. There's a few that come to mind, but like I said, I'm going to narrow them down to one. I mean, there are some death scenes that kicked off a series. There are some death scenes that kind of define the person who did the killing. There are some death scenes that are very elaborate and well planned out. And there are some death scenes that just grab you by the face and go, check me out. I'm going with that last one. And I remember seeing this movie when I was a younger dude, probably about 15, 16, maybe a little younger. And when I saw it, I was kind of like, at the time, now remember, this was a long time ago, in the 80s. This was probably one of the more extreme death scenes that I had seen up until that point. And I had a couple of friends that were kind of like, whoa, that was crazy. And the death scene I'm speaking of is from the movie Maniac, the shotgun scene. When he runs up on the hood of the car, goes into a kneeling position, and blows Tom Savini's head all to shit. It's just boom, and it's meat and gore and everything else. Now, thinking of the exploding head, I was kind of leaning towards Scanners, because that one caught me off guard. I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought the guy was going to have a nosebleed and have a heart attack and die. Wasn't expecting his melon to go postal and go everywhere. But no, the brutality of it all. The brutality of it all, as far as the carnage and the gore and just the cold-bloodedness, I have to give it up to Tom Savini's work, because that was his effects work, but he was also the victim in the scene. But that shotgun scene in Maniac definitely takes my vote for best death scene. I know there's others out there that are just as good, maybe even a little better, but I'm going with, like, let's call it my first love as far as very gory death scenes. Excellent stuff. Excellent. So that's covering Day 21 and Day 22. Best franchise and best death scene in a horror movie. And when you're done watching this, check out the next video, because I'm going to do Day 23 right after I finish shooting this one. Talk to you in about 5 seconds.